Hey there, thrill seekers. Welcome back to Bubba's Wonderland. Today we are diving right back into the action. Last time we revealed the next section of the park and the name of our brand new boomerang coaster, Limon Drop. We've got some solid work done in the track and the surrounding area, but we've still got a lot to do before it's ready for its big debut. In this episode, we're going to focus on fine-tuning those track supports and adding the finishing touches to the scenery around Limon Drop. Plus, I've got a few more surprises in store as we continue to bring this area to life. So keep your hands up and enjoy the ride, and let's get into this. Alright, so welcome back everybody. We're here at the Limon Drop. We're going to be working some more on it. Now, I have worked on some of the supports already. But as you can see here, I added supports on this side of the track going through the cave here. I think I did a pretty good job on them, being my first time actually doing supports. And then I also tried something overhead right here. I don't know if I want to try to turn this so it actually goes straight across. But right now, this is what this support is going to look like. I think it turned out pretty well also. So let's go ahead and finish doing the supports on this side. I'll show you how I did this. I actually found a way to make it pretty easy. So if you've never done supports or want to look at the way that I built these up here. Now each support is probably going to be a little different, and I know these are a little different than what the main ones are out there, but being underground here and in the cave, I kind of like the difference between the supports. So we're going to start down here. This is where we're going to build our first support at, so we're going to need to grab the materials we need here. So we're first going to go with this one. I'm going to change the colors to what I need it to be. I have this written down here, the code here, and it matches the colors of the rest of the track. And then now it should save it down here. So then we're just going to kind of stick it up here. I think I want to put this first support down here. So we're going to angle it the right way. And then bring it down till it kind of matches up even with it. Kind of turn here. So let's turn it back this way. And then what I like to do is, because the way these go down, I don't want it higher than that. If I bring it up like that, it kind of brings it right to the edge. And we can make a straight edge right here. Won't technically have a straight edge right here because this track is not completely level. It has a little bit of a bend to it. So this is going to be the tricky part, making sure we have this actually level right. Looks pretty good. So then we'll click on that. And because we'll have another one, this one will just wrap around like this. So that'll make this pivot point right here even. Gonna go level again. So you see we have the top part here, and then we have the two middles. We'll come back and build those in a minute. And then we're gonna have this plate down here on the bottom, which is this one. Make sure we change it to the right color. Flip it around. Actually, not that plate, it's this plate. And then that'll be the bottom part. And then we just put another concrete block underneath it. And that's how I made those. And then we'll come back through here and add the little bits like this. Make sure we get the right color here. And then just to line it up. A lot of people will never see this, but I just think it adds a little bit more character to it. But when you're on the ride, you'll probably want to actually see all this little bit of detail. Just move the other one this way, so you got it in between the two blocks like that. You can kind of see the outline of the other one behind it, so you just want to kind of line it up with that. So there we go. So that's how I made the supports like these. So I'm gonna go ahead and come through here and build the rest of these supports. I'm gonna think about how we build them right here because we got it going the invert here and it's going upside down. So again, I like how this one is, but I want to try to make this one turn level. So going this way, but with the way the track is, it's going to be kind of hard to do. But I'll try to figure something out, or I might just keep it sideways like this. But I can at least do the rest of these going back down this way. So starting right here and then working the way back up. Now you can try to copy these, but because the way it's done, it is a little bit easier just to go ahead and do them from scratch each one. So let me get onto it. As we jump into the time lapse, a quick tip: make sure to turn off coaster collision and scenery collision. This way you can get those support pieces to connect directly into the rails without any hassle. Supports are critical for the structure of any roller coaster, providing stability and ensuring the track stays secure throughout the ride. While some designs use uniform supports for clean, cohesive look, there's no set rules. Supports can vary depending on coaster's theme and design. The key is to strike a balance between function and creativity, shaping the supports to fit the coaster's layout while adding to the overall aesthetic. As for the supports themselves, there's no strict formula. Just go with what feels right. You can keep them uniform for a clean look, but really, let your imagination guide you. Play around with different ideas and shapes until it looks perfect for your ride and the area around it. I got the support set up for this end. I like to change this around right here. I think that looks pretty good. A little sideways this way, but the way that the track is, I think that's still fine. Change to this support, so now it's just a cross member right here that holds that part up. And of course I got 3, 4 back this way holding this part of the track. Then it goes back up here to the normal supports. And then didn't change anything over on this side. And when we come back up here, this one's here attached to the side of the wall here, that one to the ceiling, that one to the side of the wall right here like that. And then I have this little one right here to kind of get that part supported also. But I think those supports look a whole lot better than what the old ones did going through there. Eventually I'll probably want to change the supports back to the rest of these tunnels. But because that's going to be later on, that doesn't really affect the scenery and everything up the back the other way. We have all these supports down through here. I'm not going to really be doing any decorations to this part yet. But we do have the water and everything this way. I'm more worried about the decorations and everything up next to it. So next we're going to have to do some type of supports for the pathing back here. I might just go back and put their original supports up, but I might not. Thought I had supports over here, but that might have been a different one. So let me work on these supports next. Now I'm tackling the supports for the path and queue line leading up to Limon Drop. I've decided to use wood as the main base for the path supports, which gives it a more rustic and unique feel. To complete that, I'm adding small columns as supports for the smaller queue path, giving it a more detailed and handcrafted look. Instead of sticking with the standard vanilla supports, I wanted to try something a bit more custom. It's all about changing up the visuals to make the area around Limon Drop stand out. And this custom design really adds some extra character to the ride. So I got Limon Drop completed now with everything I need to get done for it so far. So it's looking good. We'll do a ride preview of it later on at the end of the video. So be on the lookout for that. But lots changed on it. Like I said, I've done a lot to it. I think it looks really good. It's probably one of my best ones yet. We got a couple more rides that we need to go ahead and add in. So the next flavor that I was going to do is the blue raspberry. It's their second main flavor. So Limon Drop was their first one. So for blue raspberry, I was thinking of doing wild blue, which is this one right here. I think it'll kind of match up to it. So we'll want to put it, I think, more on this side. Might have it go across it like this. Put the entrance back here on the back and then the exit more closer to the front. So this is going to be renamed as Blue Raspberry to represent the Blue Raspberry Energy flavor. So let me go ahead and get this decorated, and then we'll keep moving on with our ULTI section here. Blue Raspberry is our wild blue ride here in the park. It's a thrill ride that gives guests full control of their experience, flipping and spinning through the air. I've decided to use blue shutters as fences for the queue line, which adds a nice touch instead of the standard rails. That keeps the ride area looking fresh and unique. I'm adding signs to the front and end of the queue to tie everything together. I'm sticking with the blue and red color scheme to keep everything cohesive around the ride. Now, speaking of blue raspberry, it's also one of the original flavors from ULTI Energy, and they've just launched version 2 of the drink with their updated version 3 formula. If you want to check it out, the link is in the description below. And don't forget, if you use the code WACK at checkout, you can score an additional 10% off your order every time. I'm going to surround the entrance and exit gates with some extra detailing so they don't look too plain and vanilla. So we got blue raspberry all set up, all decorated. So now we got 2 rides over here. We're gonna go ahead and build our first energy drink store. So I want to put it, I think, right out here in this area. So this is where we're gonna sell energy drinks and stuff like that. So let's get on started with that. The ULTI shop and bar is going to be the perfect spot for guests to grab a refreshing energy or hydration drink to keep them going through the day. We all know how exhausting a theme park can be, and this place will help them survive the adventure. The shop will have 2 separate windows for easy service, plus a nice seating area with benches and tables, giving everyone a place to sit back and relax. The building itself is going to have a bit of a castle look, which will fit perfectly with the theme of the ULTI area. ULTI has 7 flavors for their improved energy formula, 2 being their original flavors. You can still grab some of their version 2 formula with 3 really good flavors. Add to the 3 new hydration flavors, ULTI has what you need to keep going for whatever the task would be. I will be adding a sign that really pops along with some plants to surround the outer plaza area. Alright, so here's our little energy bar. So we have 2 spots where you can come in here and grab your energy drinks. They all say Guppy, but I need to I'll try and see what I can do about changing some of this to change it more towards ULTI. Maybe some of the backgrounds or something like that. I'm not too worried about that right now, but this is the actual front entrance. I like how the building came out and got this little castle kind of thing right here, and how this sign does. And we got decorations all put around it. It's set up for nighttime too, so we have it all lit up. Welcome to the ULTI section of Bubba's Wonderland. As we make our way up the path, the first things you'll notice to the right are the massive lift towers for the Limon Drop coaster, standing tall and proud. And to the left, you can't miss the huge ULTI sign, really setting the tone for this area. As we head further in, the first ride we come across is Blue Raspberry. Themed after the Blue Raspberry energy drink, the flat ride adds some great energy to the area. Off to the right, up on the hill, you get a clear view of those towering Limon Drop coaster supports. Now as we move forward, we're approaching the intersection. But before we get there, check out the ULTI shop and bar. This is the perfect spot for guests to grab some merch or some refreshing energy or hydration drink to keep them going throughout the day. On the right, sitting on top of the hill, we have the Limon Drop station building, which is perched right above the tunnel that leads to the Back to the Future section at the back of the park. Looking to the left, this area is where the ULTI section will continue to expand with even more rides in the future, so stay tuned for that. But for now, let's head up the bridge that leads to the queue for Limon Drop. At the top of the bridge, we are greeted with a balloon arch that marks the beginning of the queue. As we head down the queue, the fast line breaches off to the left, and both paths cross over the bridge that crosses the track just before it drops down into the underground section of the ride. Now inside the station building, we take a look to the left. There's a glass window where guests waiting in line can watch the coaster zoom by on the track. As we move into the massive open station, you'll notice the custom railings, giving the space a unique look. And just before boarding, you can see the shelves where you can store your belongings. Definitely a handy feature before hopping on the ride. Alright, thrill seekers, it's time to take a ride on Limon Drop. Let's go. Wow, now that was a ride, thrill seekers. That was Limon Drop. And now that the sun's set, take a look at the ULTI section all lit up at night. The lights really bring the area to life, don't they? But we're just getting started. There's still a lot more to come in this section, with plenty more rides and flavors to announce. So stick around, because this is only the beginning. Hope you enjoyed the ride. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and keep the park alive. We'll see you next time.